Well, hello, all you Treksters. It's Starfleet Academy's latest episode of Low Stakes Comedy, or a deep dive into psychological trauma. Today, we're breaking down Starfleet Academy Episode 3, Vitus Reflux, and that wild prank war. In this review, we analyze the shifting power dynamics between Darem, Raymi, and Genesis Lythe. Was Darem's daddy issues jab a strategic masterclass or a toxic low blow? We also explore the introduction of Vitus Reflux, the empathy flower, and how Chancellor Ake is teaching the cadets that subterfuge and empathy are actually weapons of war. All right, hell yeah. The title. Break down the title for us.
Vitus Reflux. First of all, never in my life heard of it. To me, I'm like, oh my God, is this Super Mario Brothers with the Venus flytrap? What is going on? But as we watch the episode, we find out that they refer to it as the empathy flower, but it's actually a fungus rather than a flower, which they use to be able to outwit the War College.
Okay. All right.
Hey!
Corey, thank you for joining us. So happy to have you with us. All right, let's get started. Will Tarima be dangerous for Caleb? Hell yeah. What are your thoughts?
Listen, there's always some type of love story going on in nearly everything that we watch. And so that was one of the burning questions that I had. Like, is this relationship going to become dangerous? Because, I see Caleb literally headed down the path of leadership, obviously, because he's eons away for how he thinks, how he moves. It's just his natural training from life being his teacher. But at any rate, damn matters of the heart. Always find a way to just get you off your path. So I'm wondering what that breakdown will be like as it pertains to him being on this quest to find his mom and things of that nature. So I'm wondering if the Betazoid chick is going to be a problem.
Okay. Corey, your thoughts. Will Tarima be dangerous for Caleb?
She is going to be a problem. She's a distraction from...
Most people, we don't want her touching our man, right? Clearly, she already a problem. We don't want her touching our man.
She a distraction. He already got a lot of other things going on in his life, and she has her own baggage. And I think that while they want a love interest for her and for him in the show, I think ultimately there's going to be a pivotal moment where she's going to have to choose between her duties and him, and we'll see what she chooses. But I mean, I'm not a fan of her character, so whatever happens.
Wait, hold on. I'm a long face.
I have thoughts.
What are your thoughts, Corey?
So two things. I think the captain and Tig's character should be reversed in terms of roles. I think Tig should be the chancellor and the captain of the ship. I think that would have been a little bit more interesting. And I find the captain / chancellor interesting, but a little bit annoying. She's interesting, but she's a little annoying. But I think she'll grow on me. But that's just what I think right now, right? So
okay.
It's funny that you said that. It's so funny that you said that because she's definitely grown.
Why? Because
it's like, I'm kind of like digging the hippie vibe, but at the same time, I was like, why are you sitting in that captain's chair like that?
Why is she sitting in the captain's chair like that? Why is her legs draped over everything? Like she at
Why
home?
is she barefoot?
Like it annoys me.
It's just like, I can't take you seriously. It's just like, okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm one of those weird people. Like, you gotta play the role, but she has grown tremendously.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she's gonna be taken seriously because I know she's 500 and something years old because she's a Lanthanite, but at the same time, I mean, I just don't take her serious until I do, right? I mean, she's so dramatic.
She's getting
in episode 1 when the hologram of what's his name was was projecting into the ship, and she had threw herself back across the captain's chair and was looking up at his holographic figure like he was staring right at her, like he was physically present in the scene.
Bro.
It ended it for me. I was just like, no, ma'am. You know.
Okay. Did you watch Discovery?
I didn't watch Discovery.
Okay. So, well, anyway, we'll get into it. All right. So the first question was, will Tarima be dangerous for Caleb? I don't know if she's going to be dangerous for Caleb. Hold up, we have a comment. I just ate Mew Mew. Okay. Don't know what that's all about. Okay. But I don't know if she's necessarily going to be dangerous for Caleb. I think that he's going to learn a whole lot about himself because of the relationship with her, which I think is going to be a positive. Okay, so the next question. Is Caleb Mir the secret weapon? Court.
So we've seen this trope used before in a lot of shows where they'll have the one character through whatever iteration be the one that's going to save the world, save the class, save the whatever. I don't know if Caleb is going to he's going to be important to the story, obviously. I don't know if this is a Caleb show yet, or if everyone else is supporting Caleb, so to speak, but I hope not. I love Caleb's character, but some of the other characters are very interesting as well. So I'm gonna say yes and no. Yes, he's going to be the one in terms of leadership. I don't think he is going to be the one in terms of a Harry Potter-esque type person that has all the answers and only he can, save the galaxy type situation.
Okay, thank you, Casper. Appreciate that. Yeah, your thoughts?
So overall, I'm gonna say yes.
Thank you, Cloud the Bulge.
Thank you.
Did I say bulge? Cloud the Budge.
But I do think Caleb will be the one. Because why not? And we love seeing him. We love seeing him in all the scenes. We love seeing him clothed, unclothed, all the things. But other than the surface level weirdo stuff, again, I'm a huge proponent of a comeback kid or a terrible beginning, that type thing. And so he's getting some actual structure behind his natural talent. And so, whereas he's basically literally started from the bottom, and now he's learning about duty and honor and friendship and all of the things. And so, just him being built or evolving, rather, let me use that word. I think he may ultimately be the one. And let's just face it, he's eons away from his peers for how he's functioning, just because he's had life as his teacher. And so a lot of the things that, they are definitely not just your average children, but he's experienced way more than everybody else that he is with. So let's just see.
Okay, so is Caleb Mir the secret weapon? I'm just talking about him being naked or halfway naked all the time.
No.
He's a secret weapon for me. He's a secret sauce. He's a secret. He's a secret impediment. He's the secret. I want to see it all the time. All the time.
He is. He is. He is definitely he. Did anyone have an issue with his backstory? Like, did anyone feel like it was a used idea of having the character of color come up through a troubled parentage or lack of a mother, father figure, etc.? Did anyone feel like that's been used to death? I kind of felt like I wish it wasn't that way, his backstory, because I kind of feel like every time there's a black character in a lot of these shows, it's some similar type of background. Like, And I kind of think we overuse it to an extent. That was the only thing. Other than that, he is he. He is he.
I don't know. So I don't know if I necessarily think that. In fact, I didn't. Surprisingly, my mind didn't go there at all. Um, and in fact, the child actor that played him, I thought he was Hispanic, or something to that effect. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't disagree, but I didn't think it at all. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'm kind of like yeah, I didn't think that. It wasn't top of mind. First of all, well, yeah, he is a character of color, but it was the circumstances, and I think the circumstances kind of trumped the trope, if you will.
I like that Trump.
And I didn't want to use the word Trump either. Very cliche. It was like two cliches in one comment. But I was enjoying the journey. I was enjoying the journey, and I was there for it. But anyway, let's move on. So before we were talking about Caleb Mir, and I said, I'm here for his sexiness. So speaking of sexiness, the shower room incident. The War College escalated the rivalry, if you will, because of the shower scene. What were your thoughts about that? Let's go to Elia first.
So how absolutely mortifying as a teenager for something like that to happen. But, to me, at least the time that I grew up in, this wouldn't be very far off base if we had access to these types of things to pull this type of prank, because kind of a no holds bar type thing, and wouldn't necessarily call it bullying, just good harmless fun. I I appreciated the scene. I thought it was really funny. I do like how my very passive Klingon friend, in one of the very few moments that he did get to actually speak in this episode, which I did not appreciate, but we'll go there later, was able to say, hey, this has been done before. They're not even original. But at any rate, I loved it. It was very disrespectful. And yeah, I'm rambling.
Corey?
I did too. I'm very interested to see how they play off this dynamic between the War College and Starfleet. I think it adds a little extra something to it. It kind of reminds me of like some stories I've read where opposing fraternities or sororities are pranking each other. So I kind of like it. I kind of dig it. I also enjoy the fact that they're so different, like both colleges, like Starfleet and War College. The candidates in both are completely opposite of each other, and I'm curious to see how that plays off each other. So I love the prank piece of this episode, and I would love to kind of see them interact more.
So earlier,
I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I was surprised that Kelrick was involved because of how he presents. No reason other than that. I was really surprised that he had his hands in there. I was like, oh, so you're not just this completely bland, Chancellor or what have you. You with the shits too. Okay.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised too, actually. But then but on the other hand, I wasn't, because I'm getting the feeling that the War College kind of thinks of themselves as better than Starfleet. And I guess it's interesting because in my mind, Starfleet is the preeminent, entity, within this world. And I guess because of the story, Starfleet Academy was gone for so long and something else took its place, so to speak. So there's that rivalry because of it. But I was kind of surprised at that.
Okay, so earlier Elia was talking about Jaden and his lack of screen time, if you will. What more Klingon are we going to see in these episodes? Let's go to Elia first.
I had a real problem. I did. First of all, I do like Jaden is just chef's kiss. He's yummy. I want to see more of him. I want to see more of him on screen. But I'm a sucker for something that is juxtaposed, but at the same time, I'm a little bit hypocritical simply because, okay, I don't want a passive Klingon. Like, this is just throwing me off. And so just kind of seeing how he kind of plays the background, he's really kind of just, other than still wanting to have the brutish adjacent side of himself when it comes to his food. I want my blood in my food. Like, okay, I'm Klingon like that, but just everything else, I'm just bland. Like, I'm just like, I'm trying to be patient, but I'm getting a little irritated because you get top, she brings it every time. Okay.
I want their blood on my boots.
Right, she is bringing it, and then you get jaded, and it's just like a gentle giant. Like, it's like, okay, it was cute the first couple of seconds, but it's like, are we gonna get to see him really step his Klingon up? I am curious.
Well, I don't know if he's going to step his Klingon up. However, did you see those glancing moments between him and the character Kyle from the War College?
Yes, I was intrigued.
That's going to be a storyline, baby. I'm telling you.
Because these jokes are terrible. But I mean, that's for a party joke. I would like it, but you were lingering a little to it all. It's just like, oh, okay.
He also seems like he does not fit in at the War College. Like, he doesn't seem like he is as aggressive as the others that are in that group. And because even in the scene where the Vitus Reflux was unleashed towards the end, he was sitting there admiring the fungus and just thinking, smiling to himself. I'm like, maybe he's going to transfer to Starfleet.
He's gonna follow Jaden. He's gonna be like, yeah. It's gonna be the reverse of Caleb and Tarima. Yeah, okay. I feel you. All right. So earlier, Corey was talking about the Vitus Reflux, the heist. To me, that heist kind of reminded me of an Ocean's 11 style prank, if you will. Did you all catch those vibes? And did it work? Corey?
So yes, because it was so thought out and planned down to the degree, right? They had thought of everything, including biometric scanning, all of that they had thought through. And they'd use each other's skill sets in order to kind of get it done. I did get that, and I loved it. I thought they finally showed some sort of camaraderie and some sort of teamwork. Because before they were just a bunch of people that were just kind of placed together. Everyone had their own little side quests, right? And their own little issues until they got to this prank war. So one kudos to the show for this is using this to kind of build the team together.
Oh yeah.
Agreed. I'm glad that you put the language to it with the ocean. So absolutely. And again, just kind of echoing what Corey just said, the camaraderie, the teamwork, the individuals make the whole, one body with several different parts. Like, I'm here for it. Every single role is important. But then you throw that monkey wrench in there of the little girl, the little baseboy, they couldn't have really planned for that part, but it still worked out. And so the Chancellor dropping the nuggets, along the way, but ultimately she, then still stepped back to see if they were gonna make it happen, and they did.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah,
I did appreciate that. I would have never ever in a million years foreseen this Vitus Reflux plant show up the way in which it did, and I appreciated it.
Okay, all right. So, Chancellor Ake is played by Helen Hunt. Let's talk about her acting pedigree. I know that Elia had thoughts about that, but let's say that, Corey, are you familiar with Helen Hunt's body of work?
I am, but for the life of me, I cannot remember all the things that she's been in. And I meant to do that episode 1 when I was trying to figure out who she was. And when I Googled her and I saw I don't know what that is, but I can't think of anything that she's been in for the life of me. But I know she's been in stuff.
Holly Hunter. Not Helen.
Holly Hunter.
Oh, Holly. Oh, my bad.
There we go. Holly Hunter. Yes, I know she's been in stuff, but I couldn't, for the life of me, think of what she's been in.
The piano. That's where she got her Academy Award. So she's earning an Academy Award for the piano, which came out in 1993. So I wouldn't expect any of you to like necessarily remember that. But yeah, clocked the fact that she played the voice of someone in The Incredibles.
Yes, that's the girl.
Yeah.
Yes, because I was like, I know this voice now. I don't want to cheapen her pedigree because I mean she has a very extensive list of movies that she's been in. But my goodness, I'm like, I know this voice. I latched on to her and gave her a chance simply because she reminded me so much of Pelia in a lot of ways. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give her a chance. I'm gonna give her a chance.
That's the same thought I had.
I'm like, the voice. That's the girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She was also in The Firm, Crash, Home for the Holidays, Raising Arizona.
Yes. She was the mother of the child in Raising Arizona. That's the movie with Nicolas Cage.
So what we know about her is that when it comes to acting, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. And it tracks, right? Star Trek, if you are going to lead a cast in Star Trek, your acting pedigree has got to be solid. You've got to have some stage experience. And I don't mean, silver screen stage. I mean on the stage, performing and acting for all. All of these actors are accomplished actors in their own right. Which kind of reminds me of a discussion that we had last time when we were talking about Caleb Mir. This is Caleb Mir's first acting. Well, I'm not Caleb Mir. The person who plays Caleb Mir, who is Sandro Rasta. This is his first acting job ever. And last time we were like, oh, the range that he has, even though it was like short, he did comedy, he did the drama, like super dramatic. So he has range. And on top of that, he's sexy as hell.
I want to see more of him. I'm interested to see what roles are going to come from this.
Do we think he would be as liked if he did not look the way that he looked?
I think, well, for me, I think they're doing a good job with kind of layering the foundation of who he is as a character. So as a character, I'm invested in him as a character. Now, when it comes to the sexiness, I mean, it could have come from Darem, because Darem is hot.
Mm-hmm.
This is just an across the board attractive cast. It just is. They didn't really Mayfair us in this situation with, how our actors and actresses are looking. I can be a tiny bit shallow, so that's a fair question, Corey. I probably wouldn't be as invested if he didn't look the way that he looked. I don't know, but at the same time, like I said, I'm a sucker for an underdog. So I think the investment would have come, but maybe not come so quickly.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Speaking of coming, Reno and Thok. Did you expect that, Corey?
No. So at the end of the episode, when I heard that, I was like, what? Oh,
Within that scene, Reno basically says, I never would have known that my life would have turned into what did she say? French and Klingon fusion food.
Yes. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh my god, I was here for it.
I have to give props to Tig and Gina Yashar for their role. I know Gina is facing backlash from some fans of Star Trek fans for this role, but she is that added piece that we need in the show, and she is phenomenal. And Tig is as well.
Now,
I think
what is the backlash? Because I don't be
Yeah,
on.
so like I
I
said, I
don't.
want to know.
so people are do not like her Klingon portrayal. Some people don't like her Klingon portrayal.
She's half
But
Klingon, half Jem'Hadar. She's
I
not
know,
fully Klingon.
I know, and that's the thing that But these are fanboys and keyboard warriors, and Star Trek purists, and they all. I'm trying not to say some of the things that I want to say, but you get the gist
Say
of what I'm
it.
saying.
Say
So, realistically, they are the same people who are poo-pooing the He-Man movie because Idris Elba is playing Duncan. So, it's the same. It's the same type of thing. When people of color are introduced and involved in a lot of these premiere series that have a lot of fans and a lot of history, there's always some sort of comments to their casting, et cetera, et cetera. That veiled, those veiled comments and things that speak to, their issues. So, there's that. But I think she's doing a phenomenal job. Like, I enjoy watching the show because she is in it. If she was not in it, I
If she
wouldn't
was
like
what?
it as much as I do.
What did you say?
If she was not in it, I wouldn't like it as much as I do.
Okay. To me, she carried episode 1. That's a personal thing. She carried episode 1. Even moments when what did she say? What did she say? Do I have a choice in that?
Right.
It's a one-liner, and she carried it.
I think it's a fine balance, because you have the captain who I don't take seriously at all. Not taken away from, like, they're on the back end. You realize, oh, okay, there's some genius there, but I feel like just her, just completely, just playful nature as a captain. You need someone as your number one. Like Spock. Okay, she has that dry humor on the back end, yeah, but the cadets respect her. You are not going to trifle with her. Like, and please don't ever miss dinner. Oh my God. Don't do it. So, no, I
Hold
think
up.
she delivers. I love seeing her.
Hold up, wait a minute. There was this this one scene after Tig and what's her name, and the character that we're talking about. They walk in, they find the two academies going at it, basically stopping them. And she says, "Why are you all not crying?" And Caleb rolls his hand. He said, "I'll cry." I was like, why does he like that character so much? Have you noticed that? Like, time and time again, she'll talk and he's just smiling. Like, what is that all about?
I think he likes the fact that she's rough. She's she a thug. I think he likes that. That everyone in Starfleet is not all timid and or whatever, right?
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the ethics of winning. Darem used Genesis' most vulnerable secret, her daddy's issues, to win the captaincy. Psychologically, does this make him a better leader for real-world combat, or is he just a toxic teammate? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, a toxic teammate. Now, like, this was not the time for you to do that. You just as damaged as she is. This was not this. This was team building. This wasn't world dominion. This was not that. And so I think that makes him a candidate for a beta type person. You are not an alpha. Go sit down. Like, no. If you lead too much with emotion, anger is also an emotion. And so you aren't able to think clearly when you lead in that way. So I think it was very toxic. I was very upset with him. He's still going, but I was upset. Like, you didn't have to do that. Look at that. You didn't have to do that.
Corey?
I agree. I think it was not called for, but I also think on the flip side, in a real world situation, it does take that, no matter what it takes to get it done. And I'm curious if we're going to see that play out in a future episode where that side of him is needed, and he's going to have to get it done regardless of feelings, et cetera, et cetera.
We need our douchebags of the world. We do. We need our douchebags of the world. We need them. But that wasn't your moment. It was.
No, it wasn't his moment to shine. It wasn't.
I do agree with Corey. That was what I was wrestling with. It was just like, nah, it wasn't a good move. But at the same time, if it's war, you got to do whatever it is that you got to do. And I was curious to find, just like Corey, I was like, will we see this play itself out? It might not be this season. It might be the next season that we'll see itself play itself out. But I was curious. I just wanted to see where everyone stood as it related to that. All right. So along with that, Caleb admits he's afraid of being part of a group because he expects them to let him down. How many of you felt that outsider syndrome in a new job or school?
Several times.
Yeah.
Several times.
Yeah. Anytime, when you're the new guy on the block, you always feel like I don't fit in or I'm different or whatever. And it takes getting to know the people that the people that are part of the new situation that you're involved in for you to kind of overcome that. And sometimes you don't, sometimes you remain the outsider just because you may be different than the other people. And that's okay sometimes.
Okay. So along
all the politics at play. I'm sorry.
No. Go.
Saying when you come into a new situation, politics are already in play that you're not aware of. So trying to navigate that piece is a lot for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Is the academy actually helping him heal or just using his skills?
Both.
I want to say healing. Explain to both. I love my good fence straddler because I do it too. Why both, Corey?
Both because they are used. The main reason why he is at Starfleet is because of his skill set and what she saw in him and his abilities, et cetera, and the guilt from the situation that she put him in based on her actions. So from the beginning, I feel that it's both. It's both. But I also think he's going to grow from it. And if it was not for Starfleet, he would be down a different path. And so, there's that too.
Yeah, I agree. I'm straddling the fence, just like the both of you. I do think it's both. I think Starfleet in and of itself is both. I think it recognizes that it draws from the strengths of its individuals, as well as it needs everyone to work in kind of like a symbiotic state. We're all moving as one, but we're going to utilize our individual strengths. Speaking of, this takes us back to what we were talking about earlier, the empathy weapon. Chancellor Ake claims empathy is a strategy to end wars, not just a feeling. Does the show successfully prove that soft botany can defeat hard military power? Let's go with Elia.
I'm going to say in the end, it wasn't all that soft. because of the way it came in quite hard. The way in which they used it. But I love the way that they had it play out because there's more than one strategy, right? It doesn't have to be brute force all the time. And so I love her ability to be able to kind of give them a soft landing, if you will, with her approach. And also letting them think that the idea was theirs. And I know I'm going off a little on a tangent here. But yeah, brute force doesn't always win out, and so I think with her, it's just not trying to just win battles. We want to win the war. And so ultimately we are to try to understand our adversaries or what have you. And so, hey, sometimes it takes a plant.
I agree. I think you got to use the tools. You got to use the tools that you got and to get a competitive advantage. And that was perfect to showcase that, right? It doesn't always take the mastermind of strategy, right, from a war perspective to get the job done. Sometimes strategy can look a little bit different, as we shown here. Who Starfleet looks like they may be the softer of the two, but ultimately they ended up, besting the War College, who seems to think that they are the end all be all.
Arrogant. The arrogance was their demise, helped to meet their demise.
I do have a question though. So I'm kind of relating Starfleet and War College to like one is the Army and one is the Marines. Do we all feel that same way? Is it like, I don't understand. I guess that's a piece of the story that I don't quite understand. What is the War College's role? Is it just another way to do what Starfleet does, or like I don't quite get that. I don't feel like they explained that well enough.
Say that again, Corey.
Like I don't get the War College's place in this universe, in the show. Like, are they another type of Starfleet Academy, or are they another branch of a type of armed forces? Like, are they the Marines to Starfleet being Navy or the Army? Like, what is their place in this world?
So, Discovery, right? So, what Discovery found out was that hundreds of years into the future, there's going to be a burn where ships cannot travel through space unless they're traveling under warp power, meaning they cannot travel using warp power. And so as a result, that left a lot of people defenseless, if you will, because there was no Starfleet to come to their aid. And so what the Federation did was they said, okay, no more Starfleet. We've got to defend ourselves. So Starfleet Starfleet has never ever been for defense, right? It's for exploratory. And yes, they are charged with defense, only defense, right? The War College, however, took the place of Starfleet so that they could do a more effective job at defense.
Okay.
So at the end of Starfleet, they found out how to like whatever was stopping the travel from happening. They ended that, and so now people can travel using warp power. So now Starfleet and Starfleet Academy can reassert itself, and so now both the War College and Starfleet are operating.
And so they're basically operating kind of in a friendly, competitive nature, because War College exists in a time when Starfleet was not there was not a need for it, and Starfleet was first, and therefore the one.
Well, they want the Federation wants to get back to its roots, right?
Yeah,
and the Federation is kind of like a benevolent group of worlds that come together, and they want to continue to explore space.
Okay, it makes sense now because I didn't watch Discovery, so I guess I would have known that had I watched Discovery.
I love the crash course. I feel like I learned so much in 25 seconds.
I did, because that question was going to bother me. Like, I just didn't understand what's going on.
Of course, I oversimplified it. I always oversimplify it just so that we can get straight to it. Huh?
Thank you for breaking it down like we're three.
Yeah, listen, because I didn't need all the things. I just need to know why. If there was an answer, like why, right?
All right. So, based off of everything that we've discussed, is there something that we haven't brought to the table that needs to be talked about? I'm especially looking at Corey because Elia and I, we kind of talked about what it was that we wanted to discuss.
Are there things that we do not like about the show? Like, are there things that we wish were a little bit different in terms of how the show is being presented? Also, looking at it from a comparison of Strange New Worlds.
I don't want to compare it to Strange New Worlds because right now I'm not feeling Strange New Worlds. Season 3 was Now that's Mayfair. Season 3 was Mayfair.
Okay, no, it was still better than Mayfair. It was still better than Mayfair.
They had a couple of Mayfair episodes, though. They did. They really did.
They did. About 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them.
3, 4, 5.
Some of the I don't know if I want to say prosthetics, but some of the makeup is a little off for me. But other than that, I really am enjoying the show. But yeah, like some of it is not as seamless, as crisp, as clean. I don't know. Something's going on with, like, for instance, Jaden. I don't know. His Klingon, something is a little off. I don't know. Might just be me nitpicking, but other than that,
something about his Klingon. What do you mean? Do tell.
Well, I don't know if I want to call it prosthetics or whatever it is. Like, some of it is not as seamless as I've seen before. I don't know. Something is a little bit off for me with that. But as far as, like, the acting, and like I mentioned before, Jaden not having enough Klingon going on or enough screen time, I don't care that much for that. I wish, they give him a little bit more play. But other than that, I think the acting is great. It's given what should be expected of an academy full of teenagers, so I'm enjoying it.
Okay. This is what all right, so I'm going to discount anything that we said about Strange New Worlds. Is there anything that I don't like? So I don't know if I really, 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 really like Tarima. It's not like a dislike, but it's kind of like it's right here. Like, this is dislike. I'm like right here. There's something about, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be reductive. There's something about her face that I can't get with. And I'm not saying that she's ugly. I'm not saying that because I actually think that she's a very attractive person, but I don't know if I believe her as a Betazoid. First off, Betazoids have these black eyes. Like, they have no pupils. It's just black. Mm-hmm. And we're seeing her, and I see that she has brown eyes and she has pupils. Now, she's also supposed to be like one of the most powerful Betazoids. I need to see her power, because right now she's doing the typical things that a Betazoid does. I'm not seeing her difference, right? I get that she has this, I'm gonna call it a chip for lack of a better word. I see that she has this, and she can peer into the soul of a person just by touching their chest and all that other good stuff. But Luoxana did the same thing in Strange New Worlds and Deep Space Nine. So what? Give me more. You got to give me more. However, I do like the fact that she's there for Caleb, because there's a lot of healing that he needs to go through in a short amount of time that really should take years, decades, but we're going to see all of that unpack itself in a couple of seasons, if not less. So that's why I'm like, I'm on the fence when it comes to her. I do feel you, Elia, when it comes to Jaden. I believe that there's a story waiting to come out, if you will. And I'm ready for that. I am ready for that. I was miffed that I did not see the doctor in this particular episode. I just, he's comfort food, and I want the comfort right about now. But I love Thok. Love her in any iteration. I don't give a damn what those Star Trek fans think. I love her.
I do too.
Okay?
I do too.
Yes.
I love her.
Yes.
I love her.
And I want Caleb Mir to walk naked in every scene.
In front of the screen, in every episode, I want one scene of him walking.
When he got was thrust into that room of Reno, and she said, "My God, that's a lot."
You heard her when she said that?
Yes. Had to rethinking some things.
For a full frontal, y'all missed the opportunity. My goodness, come on!
Oh, I loved it. They did miss an opportunity with that. Like, that could have been a little bit more pronounced instead of a throwaway line at the end that everyone might not have heard. Yeah.
Oh no, I heard it. I rewound it a couple
I heard
times.
it too. I heard it. I was like, what? Oh,
I have my subtitles already. Every time I'm missing nothing. I want all the quips, all of them. I need to hear it.
All of the quips, huh?
All of the
quips.
All right. Anything else, Corey, that we didn't talk about?
No, I love the show. I'm excited to, I was worried. I was concerned. I was worried. I was concerned after episode 1. But I was like, oh, okay, I got this. I like this.
Use the L word. That is insane.
Okay. Well, you know what? I don't know. Hell yeah. Did we Mayfair to 10 episodes 1 and 2?
We did not.
Okay. So episode 1, Mayfair to 10. Where did episode 1 land for you?
For me, episode 1 was a 9 for me. Like, it kept my attention. It set the scene. There was enough action and storyline happening concurrently. Like, in the sex appeal of the cast, all the things. Like, so yeah, it's like a 9.
Corey?
So I'm gonna say episode 1 was a 7 for me because of the issues that I had with Caleb's backstory, and I thought it was an overused trope and hadn't quite leaned into the Chancellor quite yet. And I was just like, why she got her nasty feet up on everything? Like, I just couldn't get past it, right? But that's just for episode 1.
Okay, episode 1 for me was a 9. It was a strong 9. It was a 9.5 on the Richter scale. It was given.
Not the Richter scale in San Francisco. I see what you did.
Okay. Quite apropos. Yeah. Episode 2.
Episode 2 is still gonna be about a 9 for me. Like it's consistent with the quips and the acting and the sex appeal, like the same reasons that I bought into the first episode. And then kind of get into start falling in love with the characters already. Still pretty much a 9 for me.
Corey?
I will say episode 2 was an 8.
Episode 2 was an 8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts as to why?
Just because I was still getting over episode 1 and my thoughts about episode 1, and so I had started to reconcile what I was thinking. And I was fine with it. So for episode 3, it's a 9, right? But I hadn't made it there yet. So
okay.
8 will do, and 9 is just fine, huh? Okay. All right.
Episode 2 for me was a 7. All up until this scene right here, and it kind of pulled it up to 8.
Yes.
So overjoyed that, and see, let's go back to that really quickly. Go back real quick, and that's the reason that you think. Go back. So let's go back. Okay, take a look at Jaden. You see what I'm saying? I feel like it's a little off with the face.
Well, I can't see. It's so dark. I can't see.
It's like it's not seamless.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, like on the hairline area.
Yeah, I felt. Yeah. Maybe that's it. I mean, I'm still enjoying the other piece right behind it.
The piece.
Woo!
Now, Corey gave episode 3 a 9. Hell yeah. What did you give episode 3?
It's 9s across the board.
The create.
Yes, and so this one's a 9 for me too. Not quite a 10. Always room to grow. But the creativity, the use of the Vitus Reflux, it's just a great watch. Just
And it's fun. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's fun.
So for me, episode 3 was a very solid 8. Let me explain. it had a lot of different storylines, like subplots all throughout. You had Darem and his relationship with his parents, and we didn't really talk about the relationship with his parents on this episode, right? So you got that. You got the situation between Caleb and Tarima. You also had everything going on with the War College. You had it was so many different pieces, but it all wove together nicely. And I really enjoyed that. The only thing that it was lacking for me was more depth of characters beyond Caleb, right? Beyond Ake,
Yeah.
right? It showed a lot about Ake. It showed a lot even about Thok, right? Because we found out who she's connected to. We found out that she doesn't necessarily trust the Chancellor 100%. But she's gonna reflect on that. she's gonna meditate on that. And the Chancellor said, "What do you normally meditate about?" Decapitation.
Decapitation.
Decapitation, obviously. Was it a question?
I really enjoyed it. And it could have been a 9. It could have been a 9. But I'm still gonna land on an 8 on that particular episode. All in all, though,
Gonna land on an 8.
See,
Not land on. You better ease on it.
It won't be a soft landing.
It won't be a soft landing. Well, it just depends. It depends on how many are present.
My God, today.
Anything else? Nothing else? If not, thank you all so very much for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, live long and prosper, my love.